That Souls game kicked my ass so much last night. Where did we leave off? Natural selection. Oh, under-leveled as well. Oh yeah, I got a saber. Oh, like that. I killed that lady. Yeah, deer. I got a weapon. Oh, reports red group. Oh, okay. Who is that? Is that his mother? How is the world looking? It's been done successfully. Areas are right. He's got a migraine now. Do I have a cure for migraine? I don't. Pretty strong as well. Holy shit. Hospital's good besides the guy on the bottom right. Area's fucked. This is Whitechapel. This area is very far. I can't save him. Save him, but I can't save him. Everyone in the Whitechapel. Oh, everyone's moved. What are you doing here?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
They're playing this role. You come from?
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Horned
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Just a doctor.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Okay.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
What, this guy?
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Oh, just punch me, Mike.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
No.
Understandably, you have questions.
How would you like...
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
Just give him my blood.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Okay, do I just... East Temple Church entrance, okay.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like some advice.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Doing this all in basically their living room.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
I feel like you should do it outside.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
All right.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
It looks like we don't want to turn. This is the doctor that wanted to segregate the world. Segregate London anyway.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
They want the heritage, don't they? Want that lineage in their club. I'm the one that carries it, and the Drugar doesn't want to show up. Going into the park then. It's got an X on it. Oh, there are bad guys over there. I wonder if my maker will speak and say, you probably shouldn't do this. Huh.
This is not the place for you, sir. Oi! You listening?
No, not really.
Get them. Let's see how it likes a bit of fire. Murdering bastard! Filthy!
sword really helps. What's the hand thing? Did I get a new... Don't I get blood from it? Don't have to wait. Ow. Oh. They have an actual sword. That's not really a sword, it's a saber, isn't it? On a proper sword. A great sword. Easy for him to carry. That entrance is down there. Or formed rogue scout. Can't tell if it's they're being bitten and scouts when they're ill. It's not working. Viruses. That's what it seems like. The Spanish flu is affecting them as well as them turning.
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Okay. Find a passage to get into the quarantine. Check the map. Oh, zoom in. There we go. Maybe there's a view from around here? Up here, maybe? You can get in from the other side, though. Dispensary. Is that his whole estate? Shit. Got 29. Saber's so good. Oh yeah, fuck. Forgot they pop. No more little bags. He dropped me one. Yeah, he did. Alright, so we're up here now. Oh, there's a view for a teleport.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
He does my attack. stun like those. Hey, what? He could even stun me.
You're mine.
What a bastard. Whew. Oh. Nice. Use that. Heal. Fucking hell. I think I had the gun. Oops. Oh, no juice. Really heal outside of combat. There's gonna be more of those fuckers down here, isn't there? No one shall enter or leave content area without permission. I have permission. I have a key worker's pass. Oh. Ooh. Anyone here? No one's in the area. I think I'm not going to turn this guy. And somehow make it look like he just died. That's the way out. That's the ring round.
Your blood is now mine.
Crap.
You shall learn to respect the laws of Ask.
I am an Ascalon. Why are you even fighting me? Oh, that fucking range. That is not doing anything. Oh, this is helpful.
Kneel, traitor.
Oh, that misses.
Show me.
need a little bit more. Quite the stunner. Oh, okay. It takes a lot of blood.
Show me your power.
Nope. Ow.
No one can hide from Ascalon.
That stuns the shit out of him.
Die.
Ow.
Foolish head.
Doing well here. Yeah, that's a great finish. At least he's chill now. He had a beard. I didn't even notice. Kept looking down. I think I need a little Escalon badge. Or unless they know my plan to do. Moving over here. Area. Alright. Yeah, over here. Oh, just some pipes. That raises the water. That really raises the water. Where's been up? What? I didn't even do anything. Alright, I think that's the way to go. So what was that? Up. Jump up. Up here. Oh, there's that dude. My name is Robert Teasdale. Teasdale. To who may find this message, please try to help me. My daughter disappeared a few weeks ago. She was seen for the last time in a bar in the neighborhood. Not the one where she works as a waitress, but another one. Dancing trout. Two witnesses saw her leave the place with an elegant and unknown man, maybe a foreigner. There are many rumours of men and women vanishing in the area. I'm convinced Maya Louise has been abducted and is kept somewhere nearby. I know the police will not help. They already have more important things to do, so I've decided to look for Maya Louise by myself. If you find this letter, it means I failed saving her. Maya Louise is a good girl who does not deserve to die like this. She is of middle size, with dark hair, and a scar on her right cheek. Please search for her and finish this work for me.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Alright, I bet you that guy has a... Oh, I've got a marker for it as well. Of alcohol. Ah, let's get pissed. There's some frames, but... An itchy ear. A ring. Oh shit. Target someone. Oh, get off. Oh, he had a tiny bit of stamina left. Shit. I've got the other quests, so I've done most of the parts. Wasn't expecting to get swamped by them though. Ah, I've got some bloody... Oh, my fucking shield doesn't work against that. Alright. Man, I know where these guys. I've just got an easy way around. I got one of these. Why did you make me go around here?
It's locked.
Yeah, I know it's locked. There's a staircase there. I'll drain the water completely then. Don't need shotgun shells, I need the other one. I've got one round in that. Nom 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 nom.
This is despicable.
Okay. Up. No, it's down. A common axe. Up is the right way. Down is to save her. Let's go save her.
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! Let me go, you bastard!
Well, he has the shield as well. Oh, did he ram me?
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Oh, whoa, he's got something on a fucking stinger.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
How did you dodge that? Holy shit. I can't get up with stun lock. He's just waiting for me to get up. Reload. Need to get some ammo. Try and get to him before he shoots. Axe is gone. Okay, that's the way out, and I don't know if she'll still be here. Hold on. Oh, shells on me. I don't. Damn, no shells. Oh, this is good.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Might take a few tries. Oh, what? I'm not even in range for that. Bitch. Alright, grab him. I'll do what you did to me. Diary. Just arrived in London after a grueling journey from Manchester. The city is sad and will not be difficult to find a woman willing to escape death here. Cannot wait to start my research. The set is ready. All I must do now is to find the appropriate candidate and bring her in. She'll be beautiful, gentle, with a nice temper. I've already tested my ability on a few women and it worked. He can persuade people most of the time, but I don't want my future bride to be submissive. I will only use my power to bring her here, then I'll tell her what I intend to do and I'll let her accept. This is important. I want my lady to be willingly accept to become my wife for eternity. I think I found a perfect match. Her name is Louise. She is a waitress in a public house. She is quite charming. I love her attitude when serving drinks in the bar. Often proud, I'm sure she'll accept my offer once she is mine. Once the vampire blood will have achieved her metamorphosis, her face shall heal properly, her scar will disappear, then she will be perfectly beautiful, and I'm the only one to see right now. I understand this was Louise refused my proposal. Why would she? I promised her I would never force her to do anything. I may let her starve a little. Then she'll understand that I'm her only option. That's fucked up. Put my other weapon back on.
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Saved her. That's a bit gross. Didn't really pay attention to what we were doing there. Because I was fighting him vampire to vampire. That went down the wrong hole. Oh, excuse me. This is his mansion area. first part. Oh. Let's open the other side. 1 minute. There you go. Got rid of that. Price shop.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Robin, from your place.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Oh.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
What do you have on? Ooh. Ooh. Good to have. I have a lot of stuff. There should be like a junk tab. What sells the most? A fountain pen, ink pen. It can be recycled into compounds. Oh, you can recycle them. You can do that at the table. Even after you became a star. We offered to Sean Hampton by the Suez. Oh. These are the 3 things I took from him. One of the 4 things. Oh no, I've got all of his shit. So they can be recycled. That's for sale. And the necklace can be sold. Oh. Get the necklace.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see
Talk to you.
Good evening, Miss Price.
you. Know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price, especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Is that an invitation?
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
He's really hitting on me.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Oh, okay. He's an arse. He's become a bit of an arse.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
I didn't check if she was well or not. I could check on the map.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
You alright? She's healthy.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh, yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Hmm. That's so sad.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things, I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Oh, that's the poet, isn't it?
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye.
That's a bit of an arsehole. I got it.
I am sorry,
Good
I
evening,
can't
Miss
help
Price.
it.
You know you can call me.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end,
Hey, Tev.
for they know no one else will love them as much.
Oh, this game's alright. I'm getting into it. Oh.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Good evening,
Dr.
sir.
Reed, I am glad to see you.
Yeah, I think it... Well, I don't know. I've only got it from the Plus version. I got it for free, but it might have been patched by now. Not had any problems. It did crash once. Last stream. Alright, so far we're just learning more about a very rich man that's Not very nice.
Too many murders to
Who are you?
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Uh-oh. Oh, I lose that. I really have that. I'm here on my own.
I'm here on my own, sir. I have no official appointment other than my desire to save lives.
Then we have the same objective, sir. The difference is, to catch my suspects, I use a magnifying glass and handcuffs instead of a microscope.
What's your take on this guy?
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. Just one phone call.
Oh, I'm getting less and less liking this Dawson guy.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been abducted by my mysterious maniac.
Oh?
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No,
I've already saved her.
but I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman who's been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
You're going to be searching for a while until she comes and sees you.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
There's a lot. Had to report Griffin McCullum. Oh, I can't remember.
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
Oh shit, wasn't that the guy? That's the
What
guy
are
of
you really doing
guard,
here?
isn't
I
it?
told you.
Shit.
I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
You work alone?
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Yeah, sounds about right.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
He's not talking about me, is he?
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
I haven't killed a copper. I'm going to lose that, so there's no point.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Seems violence and madness are now contagious.
What else in the area? No, 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 no. I went to... There's blood over here. That over there as well. What's the safe house? Where does this lead to? Just banging on doors again. Where am I on the map? I need to zoom in, zoom in. Can I not just walk around here? I want to get to that door there so I can unlock it. What happened up here? There's the bed. Oh, refill. Here we go. Refill and reload. Samples? Ah, what more of these? I'm supposed to kill people if I don't have the ingredients. I say kill people. I think I meant heal people. Alright. Thanks for lurking. That's always nice. What one heals faster? Stamina. This one, yeah. It says I can recycle things. Aluminium shards. Oh, you can get rid of it from the mirror. Alright, can I do anything to this saber? Holy shit, I can. We've gone so far. Handling, blood absorption. 5 points of blood with N. Yeah, hell yeah. Got that. I need to make the club a bit better. Stamina usage, nah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh no, I need. Oh shit. Lead. Don't want lead. Yards. Medicine over there. Quite a lot of this stuff here. I'll have to wait. Aluminium parts. I'll get them eventually. I reloaded. Oh, that's handgun rounds. Handgun rounds I don't need. Can I not make ammunition? Oh. Buy some shells. I don't have enough stamina right now. There's blood here. What? It's down there. Way down there. Who are these two?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Have we met?
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Oh, you are seriously depressed.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
Yeah.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are?
I can't get
I
comfortable.
wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city as soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
What? You don't know what you want? That's the questions. We're on par.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Alright.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
What's your brother?
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
Hey, he said you were supposed to. You was doing that.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
What kind of questions that? Yeah.
I still enjoy living in London, no matter how difficult it can be sometimes.
Then I am sincerely happy for you. True happiness in life seems to be the most difficult goal to reach these days.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing
What?
is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me. you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
Yeah, but he said you were the one that put.
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
He's not wrong.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Oh, I'm talking to Beck.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Well, the other brother. There we go.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
They're like sitting next to each other and they're like deaf to these conversations.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
They don't know who they're waiting for. One thinks of what? They're super confusing. Be a door somewhere. Gate I can open. Just him. Oh. Even I get minimal XP from fighting people. Those guys are up there, they can stay up there. Where's this event? It's just down the road, okay. Right hands. Where's that? This area's fucking getting better. Too below, I think. The wind is picking up creepy. Oh, we're back here. Now clean up. Haven't been back here since we turned her. Or we just wiped her mind. Taken over. Oh, don't tell me she's up there going to be the one screaming. That from Crane. When you read this letter, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to England. Was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see again the proud hills of Transylvania. I think that's what this says. As soon as we are there, I promise I'll light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you to survive this terrible epidemic. I know that you do not agree with this decision and that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End. But Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution boom. He's my husband and I will stay by his side. I know we had our arguments and our fights. I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help you manage this clinic of yours, but now that I'm leaving England, be assured that if anything would happen to you, if you ever were in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London with all our Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. I'm your affectionate sister. I've got a hint, as if Crane's still alive. Crane is not alive. Problem if I don't deal with it. Oh, she popped. Someone's still yakking. Treatment for headaches. Oh, cool. Medical voucher. Medical voucher printed in English and Romanian that grants a free medical exam. You got nothing to say about that, Reed. Oh, wait, he spawned. I should probably just block this door off. I still not help him. She's down. We've got fatigue. I'm going to find him. Who's this?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
She has a fox round her neck.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
When people buy guns instead of medication, it means they have already traded hope for fear in their hearts. In my book, that's never a good thing, Doctor.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
She's got a cold.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Aren't you taking your remedy yourself?
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Yeah.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion,
You're
Dr. Reed.
bullshitting.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Ah. In Latin. I don't really know what I have. Here we go. What do I need? I need to make stuff. It's not going to tell me. Shit.
Good evening.
I'd like to see what...
I thought this had cocaine.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money.
You are just a hustler. In here. Having a drink. Oh, it's Shush. You know he's dead, right? She's well. She's well. Oh, no. Where have I gone? Saw a door and went straight for it. What place is this? Ah, doesn't have to look. A lot of blood. There's a door there. The guard. Out of the guard. Downstairs. Safe here. Large box of pills. Oh, it's a safe house. Be unknown. You're sick. Oh. No one's got a headache now, they've got migraines. Why does it need a loading screen? For that. Put that. That one on. Yes, that one. Oh, it's a safe house in a house. And that leads outside. Really anyone. A blood addiction. As drink blood, this may be their most significant trait. The sinister of their condition, if I may say so. But for me, this is not the most important casualty of their diet. What was also always fascinated me since I started to study them is the need for blood they seem to endure. They want it more than anything, and this desire can drive them to expose themselves, and when they drink it, they seem to feel some sort of short-term. Oh. But to be once a Volcord, main food in Moscow, convinced that this is an essential element to understand the nature and condition of the vampires. They don't drink blood because it sustains them, but that it offers them. Vampires are addicted to blood, all of them. It is part of their nature, and those among the immortals who refuse to submit to their appetite by the strength of their will only are never freed from their addiction. And this one leads outside. Where am I? I can slowly walk back that way. Church around here somewhere, isn't there? Is that it there? Big fucking thing. Who are you? I met you before? You're the reporter. Who's actually not well? You're gonna listen
Good
to me,
evening,
Frizz.
Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Found your son.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Anything new? Five. Oh, we've got a crime against him. I don't...
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
Don't have ability to...
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
I don't know if he's going to take this.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
Oh, he did
I have
take
had
it.
enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I'm going to come back and let you confess your crime. What? Who are you?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling, but I'd like to ask you a few questions if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick, though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
Do you...
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Get to that in a minute. Personal questions.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Oh, that sucks.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Alright, so what's this?
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Or angry.
How are the conditions in Whitechapel these days?
When I think about all the people who died trying to reach England, it seems we escaped a war just to die on foreign shores, hated by all.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Right, I used my treatment on her. There. He only needs fatigue, so that's fine. These two are not going to make it. Where are you stationed? Oh no, please don't be fine. I get in between you two.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
You again? What do you want this time?
Don't have a cure for you, but I've
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Is it?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Let's talk.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Oh, I do have treatment for him. I'll get to know him first.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
Father did his best. A place to call home.
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
People are scary.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Shit, man.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Rumours say the nurse has gone mad.
Yeah, I dealt with that.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Seems like a nice lad.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
There we go. Just gonna rob your house after we had this nice chat. Oh, go upstairs as well.
It's locked.
Better. Job refusal. It is my duty to inform you of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulties of your situation, of your ill boy and the loss of your beloved wife, but it is also my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminal or convicts. Your unfortunate connection with the ill-famed Wet Boot Boys have been duly noted. These are hard times, sir, and Fitch and Harper enter reward first the candidates who pass the small we'd like to conduct about our future employers. You have my deepest sympathy. Oh. It's one of those notices. How's he picking up one of those? Oh, yeah, it's locked. And probably Dad has the key.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I've healed a few people in this area. The lad's getting healed. These two are suffering as well. I should help the area a little bit.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to...
No, I'm alright. I've gone the wrong way. Go ahead to the Lord, this Lord guy now.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your... Right then.
Do you have? I can use, besides gun materials. Oh. Yeah, that should be able to pay your debt. There you go. Huh? What's going on in here? Oops.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Got the pest control there. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the old man's house. He's looking after his house now. He's just...
It's locked, all right.
He's not doing this anymore. Isn't it a printer's? Alright, let's go this way.
Best be moving on.
This thing's right at the front, isn't it? But you can't miss it. It's this big building here. How do we get into it?
It seems violence and madness.
It's locked, all right.
How's the West End inhabitants about Dawson? It's all the way over here, though. Well, what was that all about? Who are you? A dangerous, deadly... Okay.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
They see,
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
It just makes me more and more not want to burn this guy.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Here is the money.
The snake. A bitter woman, smiling as she pours poison in your cup. A shaming betrayal. Hate.
Venus. Oh.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller then.
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Yeah, I'm still learning about that.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Yeah, sounds fair.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Perhaps later.
I've already done that. I can't do that. There's two there as well.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Ooh, and the Empress, again. What are the cards trying to tell us?
I'm thinking about who is that person? Look at Venom. Oh, I've not. Yeah, that's his missus, isn't it? Snake. Something about her. She's Not a nice person, it seems. Venom and poison hatred towards me. There's four buttons down there. Bottle of alcohol. I would like to know, but I can't seem to. Must be something to do with those buttons. Uh-oh. Okay, it's down here. Get to West End this way. Or not. Oh, that made me jump. Yeah, one or a lot. Ah, returned the favor. What I wanted. In West End. What do people say about? Couldn't find. Charlotte, what do you want?
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
What do you say about?
What do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
That man is a tyrant, the embodiment of greed and selfishness. All I despise about this country.
No, that's all I needed. I can't. No, she's good.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite busy.
Yeah.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie to you, Johnny.
Go for that. Oh, I could say that to him. Let me get this.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Well, I've discovered he's quite versed in occult knowledge. So I wrote him a letter asking him to finance my research about vampires. He never responded.
I still want
You
to
need
find
some
this
rest,
lady.
Clarence.
I've never found. Where is their house? Up on the main street somewhere, surely. Down here. Maybe behind what he's doing. We won't talk about me. That door has a light on it. Is this openable? No? This one openable? Looks like there's an inside.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes, for old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
I've got a word.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Oh,
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
right, I'm just robbing your house. Upstairs in a bit.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
We're on par. She's healthy. You know this guy.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I never met the man. I know Clarence tried to contact him recently, but I don't know why.
Just take a drink.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
He's going through a lot. He's fine.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Go to this side. I don't want to do that yet.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
The big question's coming up.
Why are you poisoning your husband?
He has spent a fortune printing his bloody papers. I can't stand this nightmare anymore. We are the butt of everyone's jokes since he returned.
If you're so frustrated by Clarence's behavior, why don't you just leave him?
I have already lost the best years of my life because of him. I will not jeopardize my future for some lunatic. He goes, and I inherit what's left.
Ah, insurance scheme.
I cannot let you kill your husband, Venus. This madness is more insane than his obsession.
What are you going to do? Report me to the police? I did my research too, Dr. Reed. The substance I use is undetectable.
Don't press your luck.
And did you see Clarence's state of mind? What would become of him if left alone?
Doesn't give you the right to kill someone.
Goodbye for now.
I'm going to search your house for evidence.
Always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
You have this conversation about, and then you can kind of interrogate them, and then they go back to normal. Oh, we didn't have this conversation. Ah, this is a big fucking room. Oh shit.
It's locked.
That's where all the evidence is. Cool. I must have it's about vampires again. Right, I gotta wait for the door to close. This is a way in door, not a way out door. Let's go talk to the our old friend.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
I don't know if other will have
Good
anything
evening,
on
old
the
chap.
the other guy.
Are you all right?
I won't lie.
Venus is poisoning you, Clarence. She wants you dead.
So she really hates me that much now. My poor wife. I had no idea my research would drive her to such extremes.
I'm sorry, Clarence.
Why would you tell me that? First you returned from the dead, and now you tell me my wife is trying to murder me.
My friend.
You're a stupid bastard, but you're my friend, Clarence. And I don't have many left. I don't want you to die. Not like that.
But I love her. I love my wife. Did I make her suffer that much? Have I become such a burden?
So you have no suspicions about her at all? Nothing in Venus's behavior has seemed odd since you returned.
Frankly, it's my behavior that's been odd. Ever since I got back from the war, she accuses me of being paranoid and delusional.
Okay.
You need some rest.
Let's go back. I don't have a cure for migraines yet, so he's gonna have that headache for a while. Let's just invade the house.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan.
The beer and
Survived
the
the
sin
Great
is.
War.
Why would you just let me back in?
What do you need from me?
Why do you and your husband argue so much?
He is not the kind man I married and loved. He is obsessed now. Obsessed with chimeras. I feel trapped. It just makes me want to scream.
I'm gonna get evidence on her. No tip was worth it though. Anything from him?
Good evening.
I won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need some
other people.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Where's that weird lady that was rustling around the bins? Where's that lady right there? I don't. You still cuckoo?
I need to find information about Aloysius Dawson. What can you tell me about him?
Don't trust him. He's looking for the same thing I was. Rats? No, not rats. Something else. I don't remember.
Oh, one of the
must go
Skalon
now.
members
Goodbye,
is
Miss
feasting on her. She is broken.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Oh, this guy might have some good information.
Gordy. Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
He used to be a big spender. One day, he sent 3 houseboys to buy all the beluga in my shop. For his brother's birthday, if I remember correctly.
I see. Anything else? Less gastronomic, perhaps?
I really can't say. The man is filthy rich. But you know that, of course.
In here?
Goodbye.
My butler. Uh-oh.
There are rumors of abductions in the West End at night. Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Not much, sir. Mr. Dawson's house used to be a good house, with many servants. I heard he fired them all recently.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I lived.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you think...
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
I really know.
I really don't know. I have always enjoyed seeing new horizons. Once the epidemic is over, it would be nice to leave London for a while.
I understand, Mr. Jonathan. But you have to realize that your mother needs you. Your next departure could break her heart.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me the truth. If you then
press the wrong button.
Goodbye. Of course, Mr. John.
What does my mother have to say? Where is she? Oh, she's just looking in the cupboard again.
Hello again, Mother.
Jonathan, back already? Good, good. I was just about to go outside to find you. You shouldn't stay away for so long.
Wasn't away. Oh. Oh, she's low.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt game. Do you know anything about them?
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little games for you when you were a boy. Don't you remember?
Remember his riddles?
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles, as though they were sent by a mysterious games master. I'd spend weeks trying to decipher them.
Your father was always so proud each time you found the answer. He was not just the serious doer banker everybody thought he was.
I was proud too. How could I forget that?
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
What about if this ancient one is Reed's dad?
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that. He was your father's confidant more than I.
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
Lost my way.
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood. You always were a secretive little boy.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I don't belong here.
I wish I could stay here and take care of you, but I don't belong here anymore. My new home is an empty room, as cold as night and as red as blood.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's talk to Avery about this game.
If you wish to stay tonight, your room is ready, Mr. Jonathan.
Your voice is over there. You keep moving around.
Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
To me.
Goodbye.
Nothing. Nothing new. Alright, I think I've made a decision on this Dawson guy. Slap. Cleared the way now. That's great. Till the next night. Ah, the frick. Dawson. Now I've got to find a way to get into this. Maybe there's a specific order. The marker pop-ups. Maybe there's some clues about blood on them, is there? It's more like a cathedral than a mansion. Hey, where you going? Oh, bitch.
It's locked.
Who's that?
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
What has happened to the London that I knew?
Okay. Those were, they just couldn't make up their mind. Working out how to get into this damn building. Unless this isn't the building. No. It made me get in here. Go back to that icon then. Ow. Oh, he got me. Oh, he didn't drop anything for me. That dude gonna be there again. He is. Why are you making me go back this way? How did I even get to this district? I can't remember. Bad nurses. I can't remember where I came out from. Down the side here. What if we do it? We gotta keep everything above critical. I didn't know that. I'm gonna go back the way I came. Well, we'll be able to. Oh, let's reset my start point. Nice that it saves every now and then as well. Wait a minute. There's a quick way there. If I just leave this side and then go back in. Here now. We have to fight him. Pain in the arse.
You're bleeding.
What? Alright. It wasn't too much hassle. Why this area? Why are you making me here? This is mentioned in the corner here. Why'd you make me go in the sewer then? Found another safe house. Was that a rat? Those. I haven't even got a headache all this yet. What's the button? Oh. Don't know where she'd be stationed. Hostile. Do the best I can in that area, to be honest. Couldn't find him. This isn't the right way. There's blood. What town is that? Back end part. Where's his pension then? Hide out. Gonna sneeze. Like if I move into the areas too quickly.
What has happened to the London that I knew?
Is that? I can't tell if there's a place or a hideout there. There's details there. George Grave, the main bed. Visiting his mansion near Temple Church, I made an icon of my sister's existence. Hands repaired and hit the sewer, so I would end up here. His mansion's in this area. So that's the Temple Church, maybe. Gotta find this. I say think of mansion. I just think of a very big house. Maybe further down this way. More flats. Maybe this blue one? No? Through these people, maybe. Maybe it's that building there.
Best stay back, sir. Step away, sir.
Yeah, are there? Just the two of you. Yeah, you do that rather than...
Bloody Lynch! He's dead!
A lot of health. Heavy attack either. I didn't drop anything though. And that's the way out, that's the way out, yeah. I'll go that way. Seems to be locked. This is more like it. Mission is to let him die without giving evidence that we actually killed him.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Oh, we're going with no. this is a big house. He's there. Right. Level 6, so we can't really manipulate him. I can rob from him though.
It's locked, all right.
Back. Can I get past without starting the encounter?
It's locked.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. Take a few minutes. I'm the only vampire here.
I'm the only vampire in the room for now, so please indulge me.
All right, all right. What is it you wish to ask?
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
She's the right.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
You'll create 2 separate prisons.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
Your friends, you mean?
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls?
Oh, when did I lose that many frames?
You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
Do I get to
At
choose?
last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Can't charm him. Sacrifice. I'll make you a vampire. Oh. He's gonna cause so much trouble. Let's go on club again here.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
Not how we could have made it look.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
I feel like that's a bad move. No keys. Either way, I think one or the other was going to be a bad move. But we could have made it look a bit better. That was the first key. I think I've done the third key. Where's the samples, which is good. Last key. Got treatments. Sweet. Oh, I don't know how this is going to go. How am I going to play this off?
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
Not survive.
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Oh. I feel like it would either way. Either way, he would have just told me to fuck off. Oh, it's the loading. Frames freak out. Who's going up? Shit. Who's going up? What's going on? I had this problem before. What I did do, I did change the way the Elgato sees the console. We're going up. That one. Frames are broken as fuck. What's going on? Why is it freaking out this? Oh shit, it's not, it's the other lady.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
How did you meet her?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
I need to check this.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
Alright.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
Why did she come to you?
I am
Doesn't look
old
choppy.
Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths. Truths I have kept hidden for so long.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the Sewer Skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her I worry about
Tell
her.
her I worry about her.
Do not, for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Oh shit. Frames just keep going up. Don't know why. It's between Elgao and the you just can't keep up. Elgao. PS5. Where am I heading? You taking me all the way back to the hospital? Shit. Gotta go this way. Oh no, I know where I am now. Fast travel in this game, you got to run there. Oh. Oh, he's got a shadow friend. Stunned. Ah. Oh, unfair that you can't Once you're down, you're fucked. The same goes for the enemy as well. I've returned from the dead.
You really thought you could betray it all again?
Down. Just been a bit more aggressive. Long way to go. And here. He's friendly, so that's good. Keeps asking me for money.
No, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Baron.
Protection against malevolence and
Good
Yes,
evening,
my level
Mr.
went up.
Whitaker.
it's fun.
Yes.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
Wait more.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Alright.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
Exploit the epidemic to kill.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Why are you making me do this again?
I sent him on a vision.
You sent a man to die because of a stupid vision. I have heard enough of your nonsense. Goodbye.
Area. Rogue Econ. Not even part of the asked about fighting him.
How dare you interfere with my hunt?
Those. about to. Oh, is she fucking them up? She destroyed these guys.
Well. Show me how you defeat
Oh. Oh. Yeah, you can throw them as many times as you want. Get back to the hospital and then I'll call it there. I'm all the way back here. Fuck.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be nasty.
What, this guy again?
This is now my domain, young
Yeah.
Ekon.
I was holding out one for a shield. Dodge for that. I moved out of the way of that. He's a pain in the ass. Next guy is also going to be a pain in the ass. And he had one shot as well. Oh, they'd have to pop.
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already?
I've got migraine and stuff, sweet. I don't have the ingredients. I just have to keep finding them. And out front then.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Handprint here. There. And upstairs. Lift. I saw it save, so. So it's saving up there. By the sword you die. Yep, that's that. Oh shit. Yeah, that's it for the week. And I'll catch you Monday. What was we playing Monday? Monday. Oh yeah, we could just play Demon Souls, can't we? Show you where I've got to so far. Other than that, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Ciao.